Hey guys, this is Abdelhadi Hamel from the Urban Infrastructure Group. My group mates are Natal Hernandez and Ghandour. We were the Urban Infrastructure Group, and we decided to focus on flooding in major cities along the Gulf Coast. We're all from Houston, so we know, or we're raised in Houston for the most part of our lives. So we know what flooding can do, especially recently with Hurricane Harvey. And so we just thought that as we were doing urban infrastructure, it would only be right to work on flooding, concentrate on flooding. So we wrote a program for it to help some engineers out, whoever's doing research, or any user who just needs more information on flooding in certain cities like Houston, New Orleans, Corpus Christi, and Galveston. We have rain data for them, we have graphs. It's a really easy to use program. It just clicks all the way through. Especially easy for those who aren't used to MATLAB and its simple functions. So here's the start of our video. We want to thank you guys for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. I know we all worked super hard on it, so yeah, here goes the video.
Do you think cities prone to flooding are doing enough to prevent devastations like Hurricane Harvey?
Yes and no. I feel like a lot of the times things are done after the fact. I feel like we've had flooding in Houston before in areas that are like prone to flooding. Like we know it's gonna happen, we know that it's, bound to happen, but it's like we don't do anything to fix like our plumbing or like sewage issues until afterwards. Like now, like all the like areas in my neighborhood are like shut off because they're installing more like pipes underground and like all that stuff. And like, yeah, that's cool, but like why couldn't it be done before? Like, why are we always waiting till the aftermath to fix everything when we know this is gonna happen? So no and yes.
Even the most dire warnings couldn't prepare people here for the amount of rain that's fallen in the last 24 hours.
Has the recent hurricane affected how you're currently doing in school?
Yes. Before the hurricane, I was prepared to come back to school with my planner, and I had everything kind of like laid out for me so that I could like excel this semester and do better like my major reason classes. But with the hurricane, it kind of threw me off like mentally. Everything in my planner was kind of like messed up, and I was just like thrown off with my dates, and I wasn't able to kind of like jump back on track. I feel like now I'm like finally jumping back on track, but before like it's taken me this long to like get back on track.
Hello guys, I'm Ghandour, and I'm going to be running through the first part of the program, and these are my group members.
I'm Natal Hernandez. I'm going to be running through the last part of the program.
And I'm Abdelhadi Hamel. I'm going to be over here on the computer helping these guys out. This is our urban infrastructure group. We worked on flooding, and our main goal was to display rain data for major cities along the Gulf Coast.
And yes, we're going to start this. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do when you get into the program, I know it looks a little complicated, but it really isn't. We have MATLAB over here, 2017 edition. We have the program, NAE program. You got to make sure it's the right program first of all. We have this area right over here. It says run section. We're going to run section. So the first thing you notice when you run section, the program is going to show what city would you like to know the average rainfall for in inches. So basically, when you select a city, it's going to give you a graph with the rainfall from 2013 to 2016 for that specific city. So we're going to go over here. We're going to choose New Orleans. And as you can see over here, it goes from 2013 to 2016. Okay, guys? So that's rain average per year for New Orleans from 2013 to 2016. You see it dips right over here. It comes back up. And here's the years on the x-axis. And here's the inches of rain on the y-axis. So after you do that, it shows a graph. It asks you to select a year right over here. Once you select a year, it'll display that year with the average rainfall for the year on the command window. So we're going to go over here, we're going to select 2013. You see it says average rainfall for the year 2013 New Orleans is 66.20 inches. And our program has a loop in which you can select another year to know the rainfall for that year. So we're going to go over here and select yes. what year would you like to select? Okay, now we're going to select 2014. Now, right under the 2013, it gives a 2014 average rainfall the exact same way. Obviously, it's going to be a little different, and if you can see right over here, the graph correlates to the rainfall right over here. So now we're going to go over here, we're going to select no, and now this is the second part of the program. It's going to be presented to you by Natal.
Alright, so this menu is giving us the same 4 cities, and we can pick which city to use, and it will give us the predicted rainfall. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick New Orleans again. And so right here, this is the same data points that we have on these other graphs, but we use the data to make a linear line that predicts the rainfall for 2017 to 2020. So right here we have 2013 to 2016 is the previous data that we already had, and we're using this to predict whatever year that whatever future year that we can see.
Alright, hey guys, this is Abdelhadi Hamel again. I know George and Natal did a really good job on explaining the general concepts of what our program does, but this is just going to be a more in-depth detail if you're just wondering how we did certain things. Okay, so of course we have a rain data file here. When you pull it up, it will show you the cities we chose to use: Houston, Corpus, Galveston, New Orleans, their average rainfall for each year displayed here, and that's our data that we used the entire way. Okay, so here we're just loading our data, we're setting some variables, I equals 0, x equals 1, and so to begin our while, the main function we needed to use, we did while x equates to 1, which is true right now, do this. While I is less than 1, which is true currently, do this. So while I is less than 1, ask them for this this menu question. If city equals to 0, if this equals to 0, I is still equal to 0, meaning you're just going to repeat this while loop until a city is chosen. However, if city equates to 1, then this is your data. You're just going to start your data for Houston. You're going to plot Houston. You're going to show the graph for Houston. If city equates to 2, it's going to be Corpus. If city equates to 3, it's going to be Galveston. If city equates to 4, it's going to be New Orleans. You're ending your functions, you're ending your functions, you're ending your functions. And see here we set, after the while loop, we set I equals to 1, just so it doesn't go back to, just so it doesn't go back and run through this while loop again, because if I is 1, 1 is not less than 1, okay? Alright, so moving on, past that, we have our grid on to show that grid on the graph. And here we're going to detail year of average rainfall for specific cities. So besides the graph, what we wanted it to display was, here I'll just show you. So we run our code, let's say we chose New Orleans, shows the graph, and then asks us what year do we want, 2016. So here we also want to display this, the average rainfall for the year, whatever was selected, in whatever was selected is whatever the rainfall is from the data chart, the data that we have. And it does the same thing. This could be replaced, this could be replaced, this could be replaced based on whatever is chosen. Would we like to select another year? Sure, let's go. We'll do 2015 this time and see how it's a little different. 71.34 inches. You can see these changes in the graph here. Would I like to choose another year? No. What city do I want the predictions for? And see, this is predictions, not the current rain data, but the predictions, what will become in the future. So if we do New Orleans, this new graph will pop up along with this our previous graph right here, and it shows the 2013, 14, 15, and 16 trends that have already occurred, and this is what we think will occur in years to come. So let me just minimize those and just show you where we did that. Here's our fprintf statement. The average rainfall for the year %f and %s is %f. Years, cities, rainfall. Would we like to choose another? Yes or no? and this is our loop just to see if we like keep on repeating it, like asking would we like to choose another year, what city would you like to see the prediction of rainfall for. Here's our while loop. While g is less than 1, which is true, ask them this. If choose city is 0, keep asking them this. However, if g equals 1, end it. Here's our data for the prediction graph. It's going to be figure 2 because we want two different figures, two different graphs shown alongside with each other. We have our labels, we have our mins, maxes, and yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, I feel like if you just go back, slow it down. I might have talked a little too fast. Just slow the video down, and your question might be answered if you watch it a second time. We had a lot of fun recording this video, and see you guys in class.